friend of mine from Germany sent me some lighters to take a look at. What he sent me was one tall Savinelli and a small gold-plated one and a purse lighter. Now, everything in this lighter looked great. Seals are great. It says the valve. He said the valve wasn't closing, and the gas was shutting off. Okay. Now, and I looked at everything, and I thought, man, this thing looks great. I said, but I had one suspicion. Let me show you what it was, okay? What I think it is. I mean, I don't know. I haven't put it back together yet, but I think this is going to cure the problem. Just let me get this spring off of here. And what I want you to notice is look at this. I'm going to try to wait until the camera gets in focus here. You see that stopper? It's in pretty bad. And to me, that's going to be the problem. So what I'm going to do, oh man, that thing's indented really bad. Well, that's just enough clearance to keep your lighter. Let's put it this way. This has to go down. Let me see if I can explain this a little bit better. This is held up in here. I don't want to go through this too much. You know what? Matter of fact, I don't want to go through this too much. But I want to tell you. I want to tell you guys something. Okay. I don't recommend you if you just get these lighters. I don't recommend you working on them. My advice is if you get these, because sometimes you're going to need parts. Okay. Because if one of these here Piezo's it isn't working, there's a place to get one except for ARS light repair out of Henderson, North Carolina, which they're I Am Corona service center, I Am Corona authorized service center. So my opinion is you send it to ARS light repair out of Henderson, North Carolina when you got these Savinelli lighters. Okay, I'll tell you what I had in time, and I kid you not. This here sits in here like this. Let me show you real quick here. That's how your Piezo sits in there. I kid you not. The lighter wasn't igniting. And you know what somebody did? They got in there. I ain't never seen anything like it. They got in there, and these brass posts right here, they bent them down, and they was kind of like pointing like that. They thought that if they bent that down, they'd get that Piezo closer right here to where it ignites onto the wire here. And they thought that, it would ignite. Folks, that ain't the way it works. These things, look at here. These things are just right down to the T where they need to be as far as distance and gap. If you've got one of these lighters and it's not igniting, and you look at it and say, well, it's got a spark, so I'm going to forget it. I'm going to tell you something right now. I did a test one time. I had a Savinelli lighter like this, and it wasn't igniting well. And I thought to myself, I did everything I know to do, and I thought to myself, I'm going to do a test. So I had a brand new Savinelli lighter. I mean, it was brand new. So I took the Piezo out and I put it inside this one, and it fired every time. So let me tell you something, guys. Just because these Piezos are sparking doesn't mean they're any good. I want you to keep that in mind. And send it to ARS Light Repair out of Henderson, North Carolina. But the gentleman sent it to me, and I'm just going to look at it for him and help him out. But You know, he's from Germany, so I don't know if he's got a service center over there or not, but he's been sending lighters to repair and whatnot. But these are beautiful, well-made, quality lighters. Very well made. You'd be hard pressed to find one any better than that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, Rolf, if you happen to be looking, I think this was the problem. You see how indented that stopper is? Well, that's causing this here valve to have to go down a little bit further into the lighter, which is tightening up your tolerances up there on which tightening up your tolerances right here. You see what I'm saying? That new stopper in there. That's going to be the cure-all. And that's that guys that I had to learn just freaking years of having these things come in and thinking like, what in the world is going on, you know? So anyway, that's just a little quickie on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back together. I guess I'm going to put a new stopper in there. I think that one. And I'm going to put everything back together. And we're going to see if it works. Yeah, see the difference? I believe that's going to be your problem solver right there. Looks like it's same thickness. I think we're going to be good here. So what I'll do is I'll put this back together. This valve and everything, the O-rings. You know what? I really don't like taking a lighter apart and not putting an O-ring in it. Them's pretty good O-rings. Let me check the clearance on these. $478. Yeah, we're good. We're good on that. So let me get a little plunge rod here. We're good. Now we screw this valve in. These are quality lighters, folks. They don't make this stuff no more. I think they probably started making these around 50 years ago, I'm guessing. All right. Now, what we want to do is we want to put that on. And we want to put this on that. Probably I usually put them later, but and we're going to get some tweezers here. Some nice ones. There we go there. I push that hose back out there. Good there. We're good there. There. Get this up closer to my head here. I can see something here. Let me do that. There we go. That. That there. Okay. Now sometimes too, guys, and putting these back into the lighter case does make a difference. So I usually put them back in the case, and I'm gentle when you put these things back in the case. This is what you got to watch out for, this little screen here. Just slide it in there. All right. I did a little work on this too. Okay. Okay, Rolf. Now, some of these cases got a little bit more movement in there. I took that little slide lock out of there and I put some tape on each side and dremelled the hole out a little bit. This should be better than it is. Sometimes it is what it is on that stuff because they're all different. Especially this lighter here. This is new. For a while, usually they actually get stuck in there, you know, because this lighter here, I think when you got it, it must have been pretty well much new, you know. Now it moves a little bit, but not like that. All right, let's do a little. We got gas. There we go. Put a little gas in this, guys. Well, we got gas coming out the bottom. Well, we got gas coming out the bottom here. Let's see here. I think I did before, paying attention. put a little gas in it here. All right. I got a leak. Probably you've got one of them O-rings. Probably wasn't very good at all. Yep, I'm gonna have to rebuild this. All right, I'm going off. I'm gonna rebuild that, guys. It's just a little